Dear Diary, Ricky punched me. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. He waited till all the other bruises went down, and he waited till we were all alone, and then he said, "Oh, this is for the football," and he punched me right in the face, and I fell down. But it's not that bad because we weren't all alone. Someone was there. The new girl, Ryoko. She was there, and she came over, and she sort of smiled and cocked her head and winked at me and did a little peace sign. And I don't know, I just felt so much better. I just felt so much better. I think she's going to be my new best friend. I really do. So we started hanging out a lot more, and my other friends are getting a bit funny about it. It's fine, just come hang out with her. She's wonderful. And what they said is,
greetings and welcome to issue 018 of the Pot Topic Podcast.
I don't understand what's going on. He correctly called them issues.
I did.
he did.
Which?
On this podcast, we have other hosts. My name's Tom. To my left, we have Kel.
Hello.
We have Andy.
Hey up.
Like a fag. We have D.
I hope what you said.
And we have Taran.
Thrash metal, weak female characterizations, owls are just fabulous eagles.
Okay. God, he's in whimsy mode already.
No, I'm trying a new bit. Every time I listen to like the previous episodes to do the show notes, I always there's always something I feel I've left out.
And those were the three.
I'm not going to tell you where exactly they go in the episodes, but from now on, I'm just gonna that's going to be my addendum.
Cool.
At the addendum
So
of
if
the
you've
next
never
show.
So if you've never listened, if you've never listened to this podcast before, it'll be lost on you. But I should introduce the show to you as well. So we have two pots. Well, we don't actually. I'll go into that story in a minute. We've got two pots. One from the host, one from the community. We take topics from both, put them in a pot, pot them out, and then talk about it for 2 hours. There
I'm
we
not
go.
sure that was a very good introduction.
No, it wasn't. What's the whiskey? On fire, motherfucker!
It is the Arbor. It's got. I know fuck all about whiskey, but it's got a really funny description.
Read it.
This 12-year-old whiskey. No, it's not what it says. I'll cut to the chase. Basically, it says they're aged in different casks. One sherry and something else. And they're filled with whiskey and quietly aged. And then after 12 years, they get married.
Ah,
But it's a single malt.
is it a single?
It's a single.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does say the word single malt on
So
it.
it's double cask.
Double cask matured.
There we
There
go.
you are. Fine. Cool.
Sleuth of whiskey.
Amalgamation.
Let's pop that bitch.
I wonder whether the pop's going to be good on this, because it's a very wide...
It's huge.
Yeah, it is a big one.
It's got a diameter of at least
Pop
2
that
centimetres.
piggy. Pop that piggy.
You imagine
Make
it
it
was like
squeal.
a giant
And make
one.
it squeal. And pop that piggy.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Not going to lie, I nearly dropped it.
So, what have we all been doing this week? Oh my god, I did it.
Have we just got through like an introduction?
I'm not sure it was that good, in all fairness.
Well, no,
I
but
hit
it was
all the
complete
points.
and in order.
Right, that's it. This is the last episode.
We've achieved all our goals.
That's it.
We've managed one intro.
In 18 issues. Right. So, go on then. Who wants to go first?
Fine. I might as well go first. But I've just kind of more adventures, more forays into. Oh no, do you know what? I'll start with something that's boring but also kind of exciting. The fact that I inputted tax details into Kindle Direct Publishing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so kind of my account's all set up. I've had such a fight with Kindle. Like you give a Word document in, and then it's not until that they kind of convert it into Kindle format that you discover that you actually have no idea how to set up a Word document. Because like it's like the indentations everywhere, words are just sandwiched together. There's just kind of weird little artifacts and stuff going on all over the place. But I've sorted that all out. The manuscript now looks very pretty. I've even written some acknowledgements because I don't know, no writer writes in a vacuum, so it's nice to sort of tip the hat to the people who deserve
Yeah.
who deserve it. So that's cool. It's just
You're
like,
welcome, by the way. Yeah.
yeah, you wish. Yeah, so I don't know. That's just quite exciting because it's starting to feel real now. The manuscript is there, like the account, the Kindle stuff. That's there. That's ready to go. I've since had a more detailed outline of the cover art from my artist, from Dean, from Dean Spencer Art. Check him out on Facebook.
He's fucking phenomenal.
He really
He
is.
just did, what was it, a Star Trek Predator Star Wars mashup. It was fucking sick. Look it up.
Yep. So that's ready to go. So it's all coming together. It's just a couple of last little bits that just need to happen, and then it's going to be out there, ready to read. And because of that, I have since turned myself into a complete social networking whore.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like,
You've been on it. Because I still get the updates from my Twitter app on my iPhone. So I'm just seeing everyone reply to me. So I'm getting half the conversation of people just messaging back. And it's really weird when people start talking to you. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's quite a change of pace. Like 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, I had a Facebook account that I barely used. People would occasionally send me cool stuff, and I go on and say, "Oh, wasting time there." But I barely used it. Since then, I have my Facebook accounts. I now contribute and pay attention to the Pot Topic Facebook account. I've got my Twitter accounts. I basically run the Pot Topics Twitter account,
Yep, you do.
and I've just and my Facebook page as an author has just gone live. So there's that now, which in one day has almost as many likes as the Pot Topic Facebook page. In fact, it has happened so quickly that two people almost instantly felt the need to unlike me. Which, I don't know. I'm really excited about the unlikes. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. But, so, check that out. That's just facebook.com/Taran Wilmore Books. Go have a look. If you haven't already liked. And I will try to keep, content semi-regularly and, just try and keep people engaged and say, hello, you might like to know about my books. Do you want to read it? It's going to be coming out very soon. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Cool. Very cool. Also, have to say, the video that you put up is a plea for topics for these guys going away to Iceland. So have a look on our Facebook page and check out the video that Taz put up. We need some topics for Iceland.
Tom.
Yes.
That's... me and Dee and Alex and Wenchi, we are going to Iceland
Very soon. This is coming out
Saturday.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Time travel.
2 days.
Yeah.
But put in the topics anyway. you never know.
We can have a retrospective Iceland topic.
Yeah. Reflections.
If there's suddenly a flood of Iceland topics after this.
Also on the Facebook page, Hal and Beth, just completely autonomous of themselves, have made little videos of Beth tasting banana juice, which is something I always wanted to say about my sister. And then Hal doing quite a funny video of him exploding, which is just joyous to watch.
Yes.
Seeing Hal explode.
When you do watch our videos, just remember, it is literally banana juice.
Yes. I have a feeling there'll be some more of those coming very soon as well.
Here's hoping.
I don't know where you'd buy banana juice.
Banana shop.
Ah,
My pants.
the long, the bendy yellow fruit shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen it?
I've got a membership card.
is that what that is? I thought it was a mobile brothel.
Oh, shit. And Ricard,
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
original OG international listener, has converted his Twitter account into the Pot Topic help desk. So go have a look. He's changed all the cover art and all that kind of shit. It's so funny.
Absolutely. I love that guy. If you do have any Pot Topic questions, do send them at Ricard Wilstrom.
Wallstrom. Or is it Volstrom? I don't know. It's European. It's a crapshoot either way, isn't it? With the W. It could go W, it could go Word, could go Ver. Who knows? But check him out.
Our unit.
Yeah, it's not racist if you know them.
I like that a lot.
Oh, don't. No. Oh, Diola, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm going to play that game.
No, you can't.
I can, and I will.
Oh, God, you're going to get it in the head and I'm going to laugh.
What other news? Oh, fuck. Right, so I did allude to this at the beginning of the show. I broke our pot. Our topic pot. I did manage to, well, I'll tell the story from the start to finish. I had to go pick up a big canister of gas, really shouldn't have done that, in my car. And this thing is about 6 foot tall, about 1.5 foot in diameter. It was huge. It took 3 people to load it into my car.
Look at his little face.
Little? I've got a massive head, thank you.
Banana juice.
Makes your head massive.
So loaded into the back of my car, and I didn't realise I'd obviously put one end of it on top of the host pot in the back of the car. Get halfway to my pub, and I hear this big bang. I was like, oh, fuck. And I literally jarred at the wheel a little bit, thinking the gas canister had exploded.
Oh, no.
I shat myself, but yeah, no, the pots are right off. So we're currently picking host pot topics out of a plastic bag.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Oh no, we put it in the whiskey pot.
That's right.
The whiskey came in a massive pot today, so that's...
So that's awesome. New pot. Fitting, I feel.
It's very fitting.
Oh,
Fits quite
good.
well, innit? Fitting.
What you done, Kel?
Lots.
Yeah,
Lots of work.
yeah,
A few nights out.
yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. I went to see Gypsy with Imelda Staunton. That was phenomenal. Thank you so much, Trusty, for getting me some sneaky cheeky comps, because yes. Yeah.
What was Gypsy about?
Have you never seen Gypsy? Do you not know Gypsy? Oh,
Neither of the listeners. so-
It's about a young performance troupe, 2 sisters, and their mum pushes them. It's a pushy mum story, basically. The mum pushes them. The daughter, who's actually talented, eventually elopes with a boy, and the shy daughter, who can't sing, can't dance, nothing, is left with the mother, and the mother wants to make her a star, and then she turns to burlesque.
Oh, cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a really good show. Really good
cool.
show.
Nice, sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's about it. No, I've done a lot more. We had a party a few weeks ago, didn't we?
We may
Yes,
have had
we
a
did.
bit of a party. What were we celebrating? So it was Diola's birthday.
Eddie's birthday,
Eddie's birthday.
Hal and Beth's anniversary, Alex's birthday. Was that everyone? Did we cover everyone?
I think that was it.
Yeah?
And yeah, that was a bit of a
It was
night.
an anniversary, birthday party.
Yeah.
Nursery.
That was the first thing I said.
Cool, good. I'm just checking you were listening.
Oh,
So yeah, that was a bit of a massive one. And like any good goth household party, ended in confetti being shot everywhere.
I got told that my shirt was too loud for that party. No, because it had some colour on it. Oh, well, it's a bright red shirt. But standing in a room with people who are only wearing black, all of them are only wearing black.
I spent hours of that party in the bathroom with Hal.
You did?
Absolutely hours.
Why?
It was really hot in that bathroom. I did that for
we
a
were
bit.
talking about my boob job. So we got stuck for hours.
Right,
Sitting in
They
the
were
ba-
literally in the bath.
Yeah, we were sitting in the bath having a good old chinwag.
Oh, cool.
About a tit.
Yeah, I turned up. I didn't actually make it for the party day. As well. I turned up.
Turn up for the next 2.
Yeah, exactly. Saturday and Sunday, and then me and Dee left Monday. It was very, lot of fun. I'm sure stuff happened. I can't remember. I was drinking. That was like one of the last times I drank until this whiskey I have in my hands. I haven't had anything to drink for 10 days, and
Jesus.
I've not missed it. It's Tom's feeling the temperature of my head, but no, it's
Banana juice.
do you know what? It was. I didn't miss it, but the thing is, I do really like beer, which is why Beck's Blue is quite handy, because I didn't fancy a drink, but I genuinely like the taste of,
It's
of
not
beer.
bad.
I wondered who the Beck's Blues were.
Oh yeah, that's me. It's because like beer, in fact, quite a lot of alcoholic drinks, they kind of they fill that void between kind of the cold sweet drinks and the hot savoury drinks.
Right. Okay.
They're a bit in between that's not water, which. Like if I just drank water constantly, I'd die of water on the brain, because when if I have a pint of water and I take some, I'd drink the whole lot, and then the next time I go to drink something, I've got no water left, so I go get some more water, and then I take a sip, put it down, and then the next time I drink the whole.
You got a problem with water?
It's not a problem.
You just drink too much.
Yes, but yeah, I haven't. It's been productive though. And it's been less expensive. So there might be something. And also, I forgot what sobriety felt like.
Describe it for us and the listeners who have no idea what it's like.
There's not a marked difference. There's somewhat more like internal, like just general motivation, capable of doing things. Don't get kind of maybe a bit more energy.
So someone asked me the other day, like, how is it? Because I haven't really, I have had a drink every now and then, but I haven't really been drinking for the last month. And someone asked me, "Oh, you're feeling better?" Well, I'm not hungover.
Yes,
That's a positive.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't feel massively wonderful better. I don't feel that it's not been a hardship not drinking regularly, but I'm not hungover.
Yeah.
I haven't been hungover for the last month.
That sounds like heaven.
That's lovely.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're hungover right now.
Yeah. I've had 1.5 bottles of Hobgoblin and I've started on the whiskey. I'm not hungover anymore. I feel glorious now.
Poor Tom, when he picked me up, though, the first thing I did was screamed in his face.
Oh, fucking hell. Like, oh, Tom! Oh, fucking hell. Why do I always pick you up?
Because you love me.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Leaving that joke alone. Banana juice. Sorry. What else we got? I played a fuck ton of Mario Maker.
Oh, that looks a lot of fun.
Oh my god, that game is glorious. For those who don't know, it's basically everyone in the world makes and designs Mario levels and then puts them up, and people play them.
Little Big Planet.
It's Little Big Planet,
But with Mario.
But you understand all the physics, you
I
understand
like
what
it.
everything does, and then they've done this weird thing where you can mash together things. So you can put wings on a piranha plant.
What does that do?
It
Instantly
Flies.
controls.
jumps. A jumping piranha
Banana
plant.
Banana pump.
Banana juice. And yeah, it's fucking fun because you have those sort of like autoplay levels where you don't press anything and it goes around, and yeah, those are good for the first 20 minutes. Yeah, that's fun. But then they've got the hard levels, and I like a hard computer game. I like that.
One of the coolest things to come out of Mario Maker is the guys at GiantBomb.com. They did a live stream where they designed a level using like their live chat. The guys would shout in and say, "Oh, put this there," and they put it somewhere, and they kind of made a real arsehole of a level. And the thing with Mario Maker is if you want to publish a level, when you go to publish it, you first got to complete the level before it would be published.
Oh, I like that.
So they did that fine. Then a couple of days later, I found I was just stumbling around on YouTube, and I found Patrick Klepix,
Who used to be a Giant Bomb,
yeah,
it's not any longer.
he used to be their journalist, but he's since moved on to other things. And he discovered this level, and he obviously hadn't watched it being designed. But I got to sit down. Hour and a half it took him to complete it.
Oh no, there is a great thing on YouTube now, which is a video of I think it's Drew recording Jason, recording Jeff, watching Patrick play that level on the live stream. So it's basically loads of people standing around periscoping the other person who's periscoping the person watching a live stream, and they're all just pissing themselves laughing while this guy's trying to complete the level that their community created.
It was so good to watch though. That was a brilliant hour and a half just watching, because like he'd sort of figure it out section by section, and then he'd fall into one of the traps. Yeah, and there was this. Patrick calls the section like Mario Maker mornings.
Yeah,
and so obviously he does them just before he starts work, and he got about 45 minutes into it, and he got to almost the end of the level, went down a pipe. Like, one of the green pipes that had some arrows pointing. So, go down there and see where this goes. And it took him right back to the beginning of the level. Yeah. And he couldn't speak for a second. He stood up, disappeared, and then just kind of like a minute of dead air. And then he walks back in and he's like, right, this requires beer. It's like, yeah!
First thing in the morning.
Genius. Brilliant. No, that was pretty cool. So, so you've been finding it quite cool as well then?
Oh, it's so much fun. Just, I started and I did the ridiculously hard levels, designed these things, and then I realised like people aren't completing these, so I just deleted them. And then I started making actual Mario levels. That takes some fucking skill.
I
it's
bet.
Really hard to make a decent level that's fun to play.
I bet.
And not a cunt. But yeah, that game has eaten up my free time. Something manic.
Nice.
D.
I'm trying to think what we're doing. I mean, you've covered the party.
Yep.
I've been going to work. I keep waking up in my clothes. No, not even for anything fun. I'm just tired. What else have I been doing? On Origin. Red Alert 2 for free.
Yeah, Yuri's Revenge as well.
Fucking right, Yuri's Revenge.
I've not played it yet, but I've got it.
Fucking yes. I don't know. Alex, Big Al, has installed it on the work computer.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what he hasn't done ever? Played any Command & Conquer games.
Oh. Some ownage is about to hit him.
Right. One of the
Psychic Commanders up the arse.
Yes. One of the first things, just like, Tanya's well fit.
Imagine that when you were a teenage boy. Exactly. Thank you very much.
Do you know when it came out? Looked up today.
Was it Red Alert 2?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be
like when I was in GCSEs.
2000 it came out.
Was Red Alert 2 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was that late. Blitz my bits.
I don't really have... I can't think of anything. I mean, other than just kind of planning Iceland, which takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Like, if we can make a podcast out of it. I've got ideas. I think we can do it. But I'm looking forward to see what we make out of that.
I've got a video that I took today of Big Al asking a question for the Icelandic podcast. I'm not going to show you now. I'll show you in Iceland.
Okay, cool.
See, the biggest...
I'll put it basically. He fucked up.
The biggest thing, I haven't done anything this week, but in relation to Iceland, the thing I'm looking forward to is actually seeing if Alex goes.
Yeah.
So D, Taran, Tom, they're all going to Iceland with...
No, not me.
Oh, you're not going, sorry.
I need Spirit.
Yeah. But,
of which I'll be drinking many.
But yeah, our friend Alex is supposedly going as well, but to anyone's knowledge, he doesn't actually have a passport. It's Thursday now. You leave on
Saturday morning.
So
I'm texting him now
to find out whether he's got a passport or
We'll
not.
give you a live update.
and if not, then I will tell him that he's missing work tomorrow.
Cool. It's good. It's good to see the airplane mode went on.
It did not.
It's fine.
But there may be reasons for why it did not. Then reasons that you do not know.
What's your name? Usador. Sorry, that's another podcast. Speaking about another podcast, actually. Fuck, I forgot this. So it's it'll probably be 6 weeks late at this point, but congratulations to the guys at the Black Dog podcast who just hit 250 episodes. You guys know Black Dog podcast as Darren Bernard, Darren and Laura, Hal best friend.
Oh, shit.
So he does a podcast where they they watch a film and then they talk about it afterwards, and then the community give feedback, and then that's it. 250 episodes. 6 years.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
I've been dipping in and out for, as long as I've known those two, so a couple of years now. And
well done them.
250 episodes they did Birdemic as the film, which is possibly the worst film ever created. It's so bad it's not even good.
Birdemic?
Birdemic. It looks
Birdemic.
Birdemic. It's basically Alfred Hitchcock's The Bird, done by a Vietnamese guy. is the director and producer, and all the special effects look like clip art.
Yeah.
And the acting kind of looks like clip art as well.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Andy, do you want to watch it?
Yes.
Good.
Sounds fantastic.
it's definitely worth watching. It's really not worth watching.
No,
it's awful.
yeah, we're watching
I,
it.
I watched it years ago, but fucking hell.
Sounds like the kind of film I'm going to need a beer in my hand
Yes.
to watch.
But yeah,
But
anyway.
I'm up for watching it. And
I just want to say, just well done, guys. Darren, Lee, Elton, and Jim. Well done. Keep it up. Another 6 years, please. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm still sat here in 6 years' time. Something's gone seriously wrong.
You and me both, babe.
No, Tom. We'll be doing this for a long time. At some point, it'll be the only thing we have left.
If we are all still recording in 6 years' time, I wonder, what our life circumstances will be.
No fucking.
Oh, apparently, I'll still be with him.
Wait, how old will we be in 6 years' time?
older.
Yeah.
6 years older.
Yeah.
Comfortably mid-30s.
Be close to our wedding then.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, she bails on plans like that, man.
Have you guys got a 40 pact?
Yeah, I think I'm 40.
See?
Yeah, the 30 pack's going down the pan.
Yeah, never mind.
Dodged a bullet.
Lovely. Shall we hop to it?
Yeah, fuck it. It's been half an hour already. Sorry, guys. Right, let's actually do the show.
Andy is drawing us one from the hot pot.
I feel honoured that I'm the first drawer from the new,
This is the inaugural draw from the whiskey pot.
from the whiskey pots.
To new listeners, the hot pot is the pot filled with topics that the hosts have.
Well, it may or may not be now because
Because there was some spillage when the pot broke.
it could be anything.
Could be from the community either as well.
So this topic is from Dave Vincent.
Okay, so one from the community.
If you could go back in time and change one major event in history, which would you change and how would you change things? What effect do you think that would have on present day?
This is quite simple. If I could go back and change one major event, it doesn't matter what I choose because I would have already changed it. So I was going to change it anyway. Done. I don't know what it is.
Logic looped your way out of the topic.
True.
Topic done. Back in the pot.
Well, so we can have this loop again.
Isn't this the plot to Loopers?
No, what would I change? I was thinking
worried
about
about the butterfly effect, though.
Sorry?
I'd be far too worried about the butterfly effect.
See, I don't think that were it possible, anything you did in the past would have any effect whatsoever. I've got a feeling history would just correct itself
But is that
because
just
it's already happened.
See, I think if you went back and changed something, present day, as we've all got, would stay the same, just minus you, because you've gone back and changed something. But when you go, after you've been back and changed something, and then you go to the future, you'll go to the new future, where the change has impacted
So we're back to
things.
future rules, not Terminator rules.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't believe there's ever a way that you can
So
get back to the present day
You end up parallel.
again.
Yeah. Or Terminator rules is you can only go back.
You can go back and forwards, but once you've gone back, you can't ever get back to where you were.
Yeah, that's Back to Future.
Yeah.
Back to the Future rules.
So the Back to the Future,
Sorry, I'm being an absolute nerd about this.
at Back to the Future, they got back to normal.
Yes, but that's by correcting other things in the past, so the timelines went back
Merged.
to normal.
Okay.
Although the whole
Yeah, but
point of him going
I'm-
back in the second film is to save his family
Yeah.
in the future.
I reckon time is spherical.
Time is a flat circle. What film's that from?
No, spherical.
Okay.
No, it's not flat. It's like you've got to. It's not 360 isn't just enough. You need all the other dimensions as well. Probably like a 4-dimensional sphere, whatever the fuck that looks like. But like that's
Banana juice.
so yeah. And go back in time, you'd probably just move yourself onto a different track within, or kind of a different exit or path through the sphere, or none of that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's either one or the other. Isn't it?
Either way, I reckon time travel smells like bacon.
I hope so.
Good.
Good.
Well, it makes sense that it would. I don't know what event I'd go back and change, though.
I'm struggling because when I go for something like massive and that would
Well, it's a
really-
major event, so we've got
Yeah.
to change
major
something.
event. Oh,
we've
then
got to change
what-
something
what-
big. Yeah, I think I'm with Kel. I don't think I'm qualified to make this decision.
I mean,
we've got
a
to
big
pick
decision for me would
something.
be, I don't know, change the law way back when so I get free rum. I don't know. I mean that's a big event in my life.
The First Amendment.
From 1987 onwards. Free rum for anyone called Diola.
Bang in.
Maybe I'd go back and change the result of the American Civil War.
Just to see what happens.
Really?
Yeah, just to see what the outcome would be. I don't know what the outcome would be.
Do you know what? I think America's probably the right track. I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think if I was going to change anything, I would. Probably
You don't watch
go-
the telly, do you?
I'd probably go back and change the deal. That was it. Who was the president in the wheelchair with polio?
Roosevelt. Was it
it-
Roosevelt?
Yeah, it was FDR, wasn't it?
Yeah.
History. I don't know. Guess what, America? You don't know the rest of the world's history. We don't know yours. But I would go. Whoever it was, I think it was FDR. The dude with polio had to be held up. He struck a deal with Saudi Arabia to secure their control, America's control over their oil reserves, and that's. Sorry, I'm getting serious here. Like, there's a documentary called Bitter Lake that kind of explores just the situation in the Middle East and like how it's not just as simple as West good, Middle East bad. You know, it's not good and evil. It's actually a whole shitstorm of look at all the ways everyone's fucked up, and of course they're responding poorly because. So, I reckon I'd be interested to go back and change that deal. And so maybe America didn't quite maintain the same level of dominance, but also didn't give the dominance to Saudi Arabia, who would then use like the power and wealth they got from America to spread Wahhabism, which is the fundamentalist form of Islam that has since kind of gone off in a million directions, and one of which has become ISIS. So it'd be interesting to see what happened if you changed that deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's actually kind of quite a critical turning point of modern history, at least. Another interesting one is maybe was it Nero? I can't remember. Was it Nero who turned to Christianity because his mother
That
was a Christian?
sounds right.
I don't because
We're all well good at this, aren't we?
You don't know history, Dave.
name a historical event.
There's a party
I had
last week.
chicks on Tuesday.
I don't know, like Hitler was pretty bad, wasn't he?
More chaps.
But then,
Oh no, even more interesting. Change that. Have Pontius Pilate pardon Jesus.
ooh,
See what happens
is that a
then.
real thing though? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It never happened.
that's historical. That's documented events. Like Jesus was a historical figure. He's in records.
He's in records.
But
Platinum.
Jesus Christ, is man.
What?
Please tell me you've seen that video, D.
What?
You've
No,
not
of
seen.
course I have.
What you said.
But yeah, that would probably be quite an interesting event to change. Because if he wasn't then crucified, then Christianity, what?
Latest taters.
Maybe. So I don't know. It'd be either the America Saudi Arabia deal or the Jesus Pontius Pilate pardon thing. One of those two, I think, would be interesting.
What about going back even further and protecting a few dinosaur species?
Yep. Give me a Brontosaurus.
You want a Noah's Ark of the dinosaurs?
So hang on a second. You go back in time and stop the mass extinction event that killed all the dinosaurs. So it was a near miss instead of the comet hitting.
Yeah, build a bunker and have a few.
Oh, right. So you
No,
want
not
a
all
bunker.
of them. Just some.
Just keep some.
Just the cute ones you can have as pets.
The ones that-
Brontosaurus.
Yeah, but they would. But surely that exists today anyway. We still have crocodiles.
No, but bigger ones.
Yeah.
Well,
that
yes,
ones.
bigger ones.
Yeah,
but
but
crocodiles
they-
are small.
But if they were...
Brontosaurus.
Well, the brontosaurus.
Just imagine just having like 4 diplodocuses, just like local to London.
I could have a cheeky little T-Rex.
a cheeky little
What, Kent?
T-Rex.
The whole of Kent would be a diplodocus.
Like Kent's got one. Essex can't have one.
So, but would you have the same thing where, like, crocodiles and alligators aren't that special? Like, we just see it as just another species.
Yeah, wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh, fucking late again. Why? Diplodocus.
Thanks to Noisier, I have that excuse. Why are you late? Diplodocus.
We are sorry that the 5:45 to London Euston is late. There is a Diplodocus on the line.
Someone get Black Sun. Sorry, these are some deep drum and bass cuts.
If that happened, maybe society would be a little more Flintstones.
Oh my god, that was so cool.
That'd be funny. Or can you imagine if it kind of merged, kind of like Flintstones-esque, but like Jetsons cars?
Oh, hang on.
Mate. I watched
dinosaurs.
Wait 1 second.
Mechadocus.
Wait 1 second. It wouldn't be a Diplodocus, would it? Because it turns out they're not real.
No,
I don't think
They never existed.
Brontosaurus aren't real.
Was it Brontosaurus?
All right then, whatever the fucking big ones are, one of them.
I want an iguanodon because they have thumb spikes.
You look strangely gangster when you did that.
What's the ones with the big?
Yeah.
The big mohawk.
I like them as well.
What's the one with the the fucking Triceratops and the other ones with the big spiky tails? Them.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. Thank you. That.
Or Ankylosaurus?
We don't know
Oh, no, they
history,
don't
but we
debate.
know dinosaurs.
So back to the topic.
Yeah, has anyone else got any thoughts?
All I can think of is go back in time and stop Alan Turing from getting chemically neutered and ended up dying.
Yes.
A man responsible for breaking the Enigma machine. This is one of my personal heroes because he also invented modern computing, doing so, and also a homosexual in a society that didn't accept it and ended up having to
It's
get
not that they
chemically
didn't-
neutered.
It's not that they didn't accept it. They didn't believe in it. So, I'm gay. No, you're not. No. Here, take these chemicals. They'll make you feel so much better.
Yeah, they make you normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking tragedy. That man, they reckoned, what was the statistic? They estimated that breaking the Enigma cut the war by 2 whole years, and they estimate that was like 14 million people saved.
Bloody hell.
And then we treated him like that. It's just like, fuck.
Well, you know, it's British government, isn't it? You got to toe the line. You know, turn up at 9. No sherry after lunch. No buggery. There's not many rules, guys.
And I did, and none of them.
And that's why we like ya.
Yeah. Anybody else? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I mean, there are a billion obvious answers. Like maybe walk into the O.J. Simpson murder trial and stab that Kardashian cunt in the head, so that maybe Kim doesn't get born.
She would have been born by then.
Oh yeah, she would have, wouldn't she? All right, we go back.
Go back to when she's in like nursery, and just kidnap her and just drown her.
Is that? See, so the idea is go back to a major event and change it in some way that doesn't really affect the event itself, but just betters us later.
Maybe I'd like to go back and give Tesla like unlimited funding.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Or just sort it so that the man actually was listened to and didn't die penniless.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, fair enough.
because I mean,
Because
like,
we could have free energy. He had that plan for like free energy.
Yeah,
using the
he-
capacitance between the sky and Earth. Just a big thing. It was basically like a non-explosive Tesla coil, where it just kind of had the electromagnetic field going, so you could just power shit.
bearing in mind,
I think they
he
disproved that in that theory with physics.
But he pretty much had Wi-Fi down then.
Oh yeah,
He had the
was a genius.
transfer of
It was-
data and all of that.
Who was it?
Way back when?
Who was it who used to like really compete? It was Bell, wasn't it?
No, Edison.
Edison. That's it. Thank you very much.
They were, despite it being like bitter rivals, they were actually, they respected each other, and I believe they liked each other as well. But Edison really wanted to downplay AC, so electrocuted an elephant
Yeah.
because
However, he just wired up the whole of New York, didn't he, with direct current, which meant you had to have a power station pretty much every 5 blocks
yeah.
to supply enough power. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
There's a lot. I don't know. Shall we? Are we done? We're going to call that a done thing. Shall we have something from Pol Pot?
Yes.
oh, kill Pol Pot. Fuck.
And how would it change reality? We wouldn't have named it that.
Shit, no, we can't kill Pol Pot then.
So sorry, all those millions of people in unmarked graves, but we need this gag.
If you can call it that. Go on then. Another one from the community.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Captain Sickbeard.
All right, Dom.
Hello, Dom.
Woo. New game. 1. Choose an animal. 2. Add ing to the end of it. 3. Question mark, question mark, question mark. 4. Profit.
Okay, so, well, I mean, the obvious one is giraffing, because everyone knows what giraffing is.
I don't.
Of course you do. Everyone knows what. Everyone does giraffing all the time, and it's a really good way to make money.
I'll go on.
Right, so what's step 3? You've got giraffe, you've got the ing. What's step 3 that makes you the profit?
Well, step 4 is profit.
Yeah, step 4 is profit.
Yes.
So step 3 is...
Well, step 3 leads to step 4, which is profit.
yes. What is step 3? You've got to...
It's the
step
bit that
3.
leads to profit.
It's the South Park.
Do you know what you sound like? You sound like
joke
Greg.
they never actually.
Oh, okay.
It's the underpants gnomes.
Yes, it is.
However, the elephant, ing, DC power, profit.
Elephanting DC power.
We just spoke about this.
Well,
Edison.
yes, no, fair enough. I reckon giraffing is a good way to go. Giraffing is basically a way of cooling coffee so that when it enters your mouth hot, but by the time it gets to your stomach, it's cooled, so it doesn't offer any gastric discomfort at any point, but still makes you shit immediately. Because I hear that's what coffee is good for. I don't know. I'm not really about coffee or giraffes or profit.
Sorry.
This isn't really a topic for me, guys.
With South Park, all I can think is, oh shit, the dogs. Sorry.
There's.
I think I haven't seen the South Park episode.
No, that's the movie.
Oh, is it the movie?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
run into trouble or the guards are coming, make the sound of a dying giraffe.
What animal would I ing to?
Choose your answer carefully after that statement.
All I can think of is sharking. But that's
Sharking?
that's just like a thing.
Well, that's a section manoeuvre. isn't it?
Plus tornado equals profit.
Clever boy.
Oh, I just got the game. Oh no, I just lost the game.
You dick shit.
I like that phrase.
Ing
Ing.
plus a captain plus a captain that wants yes men.
Oh my god, could you captain the
Equals profit.
IIing?
Sorry,
No, I just got stuck. I want IIing to be a boat.
you want IIing to be a boat.
I will be the captain of IIing.
Why? Why do you want IIing?
Because it sounds awesome.
Because profit, Taran.
Yeah.
Stop.
We just got
I'm really not good at this game, am I? I know, Kel.
Yeah.
Give us an animal.
A duck-billed platypus.
Ing.
Yeah,
So-
I was thinking that.
So duck-billed platypusing.
Plus.
Plus-
I was incepting you, Andy.
Clearly.
Plus what equals profit?
Not being a real animal.
Oh, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
It's true. The duck-billed platypus has brought no one profit. Even the early explorers, when they brought back stuff, people just wouldn't pay for it because they didn't believe it was a real animal. It was like, no, you've clearly taken some bits of other animals and stitched it together. What a clever joke. Go home, dickheads. But no, by the way,
Profit.
real.
I've just
I
remembered.
mean, you could probably make a quite good sort of like, I don't know, fur-handled salad tosser out of a duck-billed platypus.
Oven gloves. I just thought of the world's oldest profession, beavering. That definitely leads to profit.
Beavering plus alcohol equals profit.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And itchy.
You'll buy a cream for that, but you got the money. Hey.
I don't know. What else? Lemuring?
Slothing.
Slothing. I
I'm
don't
good
know.
at that.
Yeah. Never leads to profit though, does it?
No.
Oh, slothing plus live stream equals profit.
There we go.
There'll
Patrick
be
Klepek.
someone somewhere who will want to watch someone just lying around not doing much. There are people who pay to see people eat.
Quite a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of money.
They don't. It's not so much. Well, yes, they do pay to watch people eat, but it's not so much that they pay to.
Of company.
Yeah, it's whilst they're eating.
Yes, no, there are two. There are those who pay to feed someone, like to be feeders for someone to fatten them up on a live stream, and then there are people who pay to have company. Yeah, there's a girl in Korea South Korea, obviously.
Because we've heard of them.
Yes, and she's and they're fed. And still alive. She earns quite a lot of money because people pay for her live stream and she just eats with them when it's mealtime, so they don't feel as lonely and disconnected, and they wonder why collectivist nations have such high suicide rates.
I'm actually seeing a profitable life change in my future. I didn't do that. I
I'm
could have a
just
natters
wondering
with
if we
someone.
can do a topic podcast
Meal.
live stream meal.
Ricard, what are you doing next Friday?
Dinner with me.
Hang on, let me ask him.
Fucking airplane mode, bitch.
Oh, fine.
I'm only saying this because last episode we ended up with bleeping.
No, I am, however, interested in at some point trying to live stream an episode.
I want to Periscope this so bad.
A live tweet an episode, rather. But I think we'll need another member who's not doing the talking to sit on the computer and live tweet.
Well, you've got a girlfriend. There you go.
Let's.
Catty.
in the best possible way.
He'll say it better than I just did.
It's not that. I mean, yes, like Heather is dyslexic. It's not that. It's more that.
because we're talking about camera work.
I'm talking about live tweeting. Live tweeting.
Oh,
You started by saying...
I was talking Periscope.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That wasn't the
fucked up.
topic of conversation.
Sorry, I fucked up. My bad.
Mate, live tweeting is so 2014. Periscope is the future of absolute bullshit.
Yeah, but to be fair, like
Who's going to watch
bullshit.
that shit?
To be fair, bullshit unprofessional podcasts are so like 2009, which doesn't stop us.
Well done, Black Dog. You set the way for us.
Anyone will actually listen to us, let alone watch us and listen to us. That's a bit much, isn't it? Really?
If this week has proven anything, it's that people will watch us.
Yeah,
as Andy
for 30
said to me,
seconds.
Yeah, Andy said this to me earlier. It's like, yeah, maybe we should like do just 30-second videos. It's like, no, we'll just release the podcast every day for 10 seconds.
Oh, what take on a sort of Game Grumps format?
Yeah, just like a 10-minute. Boom. No,
For 10 seconds.
no, because it'd be one opinion an episode. It'd be horrible.
or either that, or we just sit down and do 14 questions, 14 topics an episode. Just do marathon records and then release it topic. Oh god, no, that sounds horrible. Can we just strike that?
Yeah, no.
Let's take that right off the table and have something from the hot pot. For me, please.
Smooth, man.
Me, I'm next.
Hopefully one from the host.
Well, I was looking at Tom, and then I realised that I was kind of next in succession. Hello. I think the idea of true love is an a priori concept. Sorry. I think the idea of true love as an a priori concept is wholly dangerous. What say you?
This is the topic that Alex put back in the pot.
This is indeed the topic that Alex...
I don't know that
Fuck
word.
you, Alex.
a priori is it's a Latin phrase, basically meaning taken to be true.
Right.
Basic an assumption.
Okay.
So as a concept that's assumed to be true, is true love a dangerous concept?
I'm going to write that in my notes rather than all that bullshit.
True love, I'm going to need a better definition.
See, this is the thing. There's not just like one definition of true love. If you're going perhaps like the Disney definition of true love, which is
The one and only.
Fucking Disney brainwashes us from a young age and tells us that Prince Charming is going to carry us away. No, he's not, because I'm a dick.
But you're still,
I'm rude. I'm obnoxious.
and you're still sing all the Disney princess songs.
Yeah, no,
I'm a Disney fucking princess, mate.
Kel.
Fucking right you are!
God, I'd pay a lot of money to see the Disney that you star in.
Kel, perhaps
The
Disney...
Pirates of the Fuck Off Bean.
Kel, perhaps Disney has it right. Maybe there is the one true like Prince Charming out there for you. You by your own by your own words, you are a dick.
Yeah.
So maybe your perfect guy will be a complete cunt. And
Well,
together,
I really hope so.
This world is filled with 3 types of people. There are dicks, cunts, and assholes.
I don't know. I think the idea of the
I just got it.
That's a reference. Don't worry.
No, yeah, dick fucks a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
some kind of shit.
oh, well, just got my joke.
What joke?
No, I think the idea of the true love, as in your one true love, is out there. Yeah, no, is a reasonably silly concept. I'm not sure it's overly dangerous.
I think it's quite dangerous.
It depends on the person, really.
You get some
Yeah, but then
real kind of
any
obsessive
idea-
person who really wants that one person, and then what all they'll do is drive them away, even if they do turn up and they're the one person, and then it's pointless.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm a bit jaded. I think I should sit out of this conversation.
No.
We are all jaded.
This conversation needs you.
Yeah, I do see what you mean. I think it can be quite dangerous for people that do hold it too high.
Yeah.
High
Yes.
of an opinion of
Yes.
what that person's going to be like. So if they do meet a person, which I believe there are many people per person that they could happily spend the rest of their life
Definitely.
with, and they'll go, oh no, well this clearly can't be that person because they drink with their left hand, or whatever,
Yeah.
or something stupid. So they
Yeah.
go, oh no, I can't be with you because you're not the one,
Yeah.
and waste many good relationships.
This was the whole thing that Love Actually focused on.
I've never seen it.
Love Actually,
I think you'd actually really like that film.
Love Actually is pretty good.
I hate it, but
no.
you might like it.
Kel, nothing happens.
Oh. I like films where nothing happens.
Yeah, you do.
if like Kel, you've not seen it, in Love Actually, Bill Nye plays the aging rock star.
As he does in every fucking film he's ever done.
Yeah.
Apart from when he's slightly part fast.
Indeed. But he works out that his one true love is the person who he's spent the most time with, the most meaningful relationship he's ever had in his life, and that turns out to be his manager. So on Christmas Eve, instead of going to the big party at John's house, he goes round to his manager's house and they get drunk and watch porn together.
Well, your kind of film.
Which that sort of true love. But then it's the idea of true love isn't dangerous as long as it's explained properly.
See, I think it can be quite dangerous though, because if you genuinely believe in true love, one person, it could lead to this whole spiral of looking back and really dwelling on what's happened in previous relationships and was that person the one and now you've missed the boat or all that kind of
So are we defining true love as there is the one? Or are we defining love as you can be ecstatically happy to the point of completion with another person, but there might not be just one of them?
Okay, so I think
Do you
if
see
you
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think if you're going to properly explain true love to, say, your child, you've got to explain it properly. You've got to explain it
just don't do it.
fully. Here's the explanation, right? We live in a world of over 7 billion people. The probability is that
But some of them will listen to this shitty podcast.
in those 7 billion people, there will be one who has had a life and experiences that almost perfectly, if not perfectly, complement your own. But that's within 7 billion people. So you've got barriers of distance and language and culture to first bust through. In terms of probability, and the probability of finding them once you get past all of those barriers is basically, well, it's probably 1 in 7 billion. But it gets a bit more difficult when you add the other. So like maybe like the probability is on your side and you're on the good side of the curve. But for the most part, don't pay any attention to it. The other danger being if you take true love to its logical conclusion, being that there is someone who is absolutely perfect for you, it kind of begins meaning you kind of exclude the need for other people. So then you just become this kind of, I don't know, self-consuming, codependent mess where it's just like, well, we only need each other and then like shut out the rest of the world. And that's like, that's perhaps illogical extreme of true love.
Yeah.
Which I don't see as particularly favourable.
But then true love is something you tell to children, just like fairy tales. It should be taken in the same
Prince Charming,
vein.
that whole thing.
It's something that's fine for children to believe, and adults think about it more deeply and sensibly like we are now.
Yes.
Do we know anyone that would go, they're not the one? I don't think we do, but that's probably because our group is an incestuous pile of mung.
I think I've actually used that line to break up with someone before.
I'm an incestuous pile of mung.
That's harsh, Dave.
Oh, is it? It's not me,
Dave,
it's you.
You're not the one.
It's not you, dear. I'm an incestuous pile of mung.
Although we do constantly use that phrase.
What?
Oh, this fucking bottle of whiskey, this is the fucking one. Are we constantly doing true love on inanimate objects that we consume?
I'm constantly doing true love on inanimate objects. That's a lie. That's a complete lie.
Banana juice. That banana juice is Duracell.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's dangerous.
No, I don't think it's dangerous. It's dangerous if the wrong happens.
It's explained properly.
Yeah, any idea is, but then you don't explain things completely to children. You give them an idea, and then you revisit the idea later and give them a bit more. And then revisit the idea later and give them a bit more.
And of course, like, there's always the possibility, in fact, it's almost definite, that if there is such a thing as true love, if there is a perfect person out there for, say, any given good person over there, we start running into the problem that true love, therefore, has to be agatha-cacological. It's composed of both good and bad. Word. I fucking adore that word.
All things living or dead, ever.
So, if for this normal person over here, there's a one true love that complements them perfectly and just kind of helps them in everything they do, then for this mega sick evil wank over here, there is also a perfect person that complements them perfectly, and they just do even more bad and do worse and worse and worse. And oh god, this true love, this is the worst thing ever. Oh, the atrocities. Think of the children! Think of the children! We did. They're buried in the moors.
Yeah.
So, like,
I've got a few exes like that.
I have one.
I've
one.
Are you looking at me? But fair.
Boom. Awesome. The idea of true love being that you are 100% perfect for another person is just ridiculous.
That depends on what you're. Again, it just comes down to what your idea of perfect.
In a relationship, there are going to be things that fucking annoy you about the other person. There are going to be things you don't like. It's whether you can look past those and go, "I fucking love you." It's not worth worrying about that shit.
No, but if I had someone that was perfect all the time,
That would get on my nerves.
It would be
Get my nerves and I'd be
irritating.
suspicious.
That would not be all right because I'm not perfect all the time.
No, nor am I. And I
I like a range of emotion.
sometimes I'm honestly kind of wrong-footed by the amount Heather doesn't hate me. Like,
To be honest, it knocks me for 6 as well, mate. Like, I don't know how she doesn't fucking detest every part of your being. Sorry.
Like, there are times where she absolutely dotes on me and just looks at me. It's just like, I mean, this is wonderful. This also feels dangerous. But
It's every time we need you to shut the fuck up, we just point at Heather and she knows just to cuddle you, and you shut up.
that's happened once.
That you know of.
Fair. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Andy, go ahead.
Oh, go on.
I think like the whole thing is summed up perfectly by one particular Australian with eyeliner and ginger hair.
Yeah.
Tim Minchin.
He's my one.
Yeah,
like,
definitely is your one.
Shame he's married with.
simply put, like,
Don't let it hold you back, babe.
it's simply put, it's like you can't really fault the logic that if I didn't have you, I'd probably have somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else
Yeah.
would
And
do.
It's completely
someone else
logical,
would
man.
do.
Or not.
Like it's not that you're perfect, but you do fall within a bell curve.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's kind of, that's realistic. And that's fair. But then there's the other side when you don't, there are clearly people who don't believe in true love. And these people are the people who believe in the plan. I'm sure you must have met one of these or one or two of these before in your life, or maybe it hasn't come up before. But every now and then you encounter someone who's got the plan. So,
right.
when I will be married by the time I'm 25.
Oh,
We'll have
seriously,
we'll have a couple of years together. I'll get my career started. Then we'll have a child by the time I'm 27. And look, I've seen people pursue this plan to just
To
like
their detriment, yeah.
To the point of abstractum ad absurdum. It's actually ridiculous. It's like, why? I don't understand. Like, you're with this person because you happen to be with them at the time when your plan states now's the time for marriage, and then they just sort of continue on like that. Well, no, this is the plan. We've got to follow the plan because I've got the plan, and then my life is. It's like, well, that is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's how you end up with like broken homes, bored wives, just a whole mess of bullshit.
Yep.
You know, and I think that's probably a little more dangerous than true love.
No,
the
concept of true love is pretty dangerous in the wrong hands, in the wrong mind.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I guess it is subjective. That it is a kind of mind. That
Stalkers. Sorry, what was that laugh?
I'm just going to loop it there for about 5 seconds. Their concept of true love, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
He looked at me when it was on TV, and he looked at me. No. Oh, should we have something? Should we have, because we've already had a couple from the community
By accident, yes.
from the community.
We have no control over what comes out of these pots, FYI.
No, but at least there's a greater chance of balance if we take from the hot pot.
There
Yes.
is not.
Let's go for the hot pot and hope it's a host.
Tom.
Oh, it's mine,
but
isn't it?
yes, it is yours.
I'll direct myself. Take one from the host pot. One from the bottom.
Doesn't really have a top or a bottom when they've
just been tipped in.
They've all been tipped in and it's a completely different pot.
The topic is one word, no name, music.
Don't like it. Next topic.
The topic or music?
Well, like the music that I like is generally perceived by most people I know to be horrible. So probably both.
I fucking love your music, mate.
I like my music as well, but it was always
dumb as fuck. I love it.
Do you know what? It was always at your sister's place. When at the end of a party, everything's sort of winding down or whatever, and people can't be bothered to pick something to put on, some music or whatever. I'd end up near the computer, like YouTube picking or whatever, and I'd ask people what they wanted to go on, and then they'd say, no, put whatever you want on, I'd put something on, and then two people would suddenly find the life in them to get up from wherever they are, come across, turn it off, and put something else on. So I just stopped bothering.
Thank you. My name is Julia. I have a husband and 3 children.
I was trying to do the music for that bit. I'm sorry.
At the last party at Hal and Beth's, I did go into Alex's room and he told me to put on whatever I wanted. So Atari Teenage Riot was everything that was played in that room for about 3 hours. Because everyone walked out of the room as soon as I put it on. I also left, came back, it was still playing, and there was someone trying to sleep, so I turned it off. No one else went into that room.
Oh, that was strangely nice of you.
It was like a passed out girl, and I felt kind of bad.
If they're already passed out, mate, they're already passed out.
They're not listening to the music, they don't care.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to sit in a room by myself with a passed out girl listening to a tiny secret. Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, because it's just the word music. Like, I mean, we've all gone into like the music we listen to,
Our own personal taste.
and we've all gone into. In fact, like thanks to Ricard, we also came up with the genre of music we would create together, which was, I don't know, something like what's it? Industrial, post, progressive.
Yeah, I can't honestly remember.
I can't remember. It was a good word though.
And thanks to Dan,
it was a good genre.
And thanks to Dan, Aussie Dan, we've also covered the least favourite genre of music.
Which was?
We decided pop, even though it's not really a genre.
Oh, okay. Least favourite of us.
Yes. Yeah. Do you listen to the podcast you're not on?
Occasionally.
Tentative host. Yeah, so I actually, do you know, it might be interesting to talk about kind of like a way music's important to me is
Oh, good idea.
like I'm not very good at finding new music. In fact,
Fair enough.
if someone plays me something that's really good or says, "Oh, check this out. This sounds like something you might be into," I'm quite good at then disseminating that into into my friends. Like, I've passed on Haken.
I was going to say, because that coming from you is weird, because you've passed on, Haken, Pelican.
Yeah, Pelican for me, that came from Johnny.
Distrage was from one of you two.
Well, that was
Diola
me.
or Taz. I don't know.
That was me and Dee going through the Bloodstock set list.
But you both. He's pointing to his Bloodstock.
You're still wearing that
wristband that
I've
you
kind
still
of
got
gone a cratched. I've kind of grown a cratched to it.
and it's still on you.
It probably is attached to you.
Oh my god, you're history's greatest monster.
He does wash.
So, yeah, I'm sure he does. It's fine.
Whatever, you don't remember.
What do I not remember?
Everything.
No, this is a good point. But yeah, no, I'm really not good at finding new music.
I don't go on hunts for new music either. I've got the music I like and I listen to it.
I think the only way you find new music is by listening to friends or influential people that will introduce you to new music.
Yeah.
We're not the crowd that go to like open mic nights and find a new act.
I don't know. I mean, for instance, Andy, I've encountered a lot of electronic music through Andy, and Andy
definitely.
Andy in turn has listened has encountered it through like a lot of the times through going out or listening to like big mixes and going, oh, I like this bit, and then he'll pass we'll listen to one of those mixes, and then like I hear the bits I like, and then sort of roll with that. It's incredibly uncommon for me to find my own music. So music is a real bonding thing with me because it's always all the apart from one very recently, which is the album Language by The Contortionist.
That's the one you said to me.
Yes, listen to it. It is
to listen to it.
Diola, I need to play you this album. It's basically like someone took Opeth and rewrote it into something I like.
And that's what made me excited when he gave me that description. Opeth, but something that is enjoyable.
Yeah, but...
Okay, yeah.
But he enjoys Opeth.
I know.
A lot, so will I enjoy it?
I'll also say sorry to Ricard, who is also an Opeth fan. I saw pictures of him at a gig the other day.
Good.
I mean, quickly on the subject of Opeth and Dream Theater for that matter, they're actually too good at what they do. They don't need my appreciation. There's absolutely no space for my appreciation. They're just objectively very, very good, and that kind of makes them boring. But
not at all.
Yes,
no,
I'm with him.
No, absolutely, but no.
Yeah, and absolutely. Yeah.
But I mean, like, for instance, Johnny, who's been on the show, our mutual friend Kimmy, who's over in Cambodia, in Pol Pot land, incidentally.
I miss her.
And Hal as well. These are three people I've all had these sessions with. They go out and they seek out new music, and they bring it to me. Oh, I think you'll like this. I think you'll like this. It's like, and I have no idea how they do it. But
no. This is purely just exactly how we experience music as well. Everyone just passes on something we're very good as a group of friends at passing on music that we think someone will like. I did it tonight. I put on Sophie.
Yes, yeah.
Fucking amazing. I guess she's a solo producer. I don't really know. I haven't read into it. Really weird Aphex Twin, industrially kind of pretty electronic music, and we all just introduce our friends to things we think they might like. And I've had good nights with Kimmy, with Taran, fucking with Andy. I've yet to have it with you, Diola. I had tried to force one once. These kind of nights where we all share music kind of happen by accident. Usually you're drunk and with one person and you just go on YouTube and just end up searching everything you like.
Yep.
I tried to force one with my sister, because as a kid, we used to share a bedroom and we used to basically share our music taste because we were in such a confined space. She used to play eternal and shitty R&B, and I used to play good music. I tried to do this the other day, and she's basically turned into me just playing my three staples, which are Rabbit Junk, Cyanotic, and Angel Spit. So what are we going to do? But then she went away and listened to all the new Rabbit Junk stuff, and she loved it. But I got nothing because I forced it. So it's the organic nature of it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. There's always that organic element. Like forcing it is difficult. It always happens where, like, you're just like, oh, what should we put on? It's like, well, we've been listening to this. How about this? And then someone will play a song, and then like the other person, usually me, will just go, well, actually, fucking yes. And then it kind of goes from there. It's like, well, if you like that, you'll like this, you'll like this. Right? Oh, okay, because if you're interested in that, and like these are splendid nights. These are some of my favourite nights. It's just sitting down
they're
and
amazing,
just kind of exploring kind of the similar ways in which we as two people enjoy music. And and for me, there's, despite the fact that my life is, I don't know, 30-40% literature. At the moment, I'm either writing or reading or thinking or do something about it, or even talking about it. Despite that, my life is predominantly that. I still find the most meaningful connections don't come from getting excited about the same books and sharing, good reads. It's always music. I mean, don't get me wrong; those conversations are always great. But the thing with reading is it requires effort. You can't just go, oh, this is a really good book. Here, listen to this passage. And she went about. But with music, it's like you put it on and like it's just instant. It's instant emotion. It's instant just connection with both the music and the person who's played it to you.
One thing I will say is, because songs tend to be minutes long rather than hours long when you're talking about films and books, is that you can have that instant, we'll sit down, we'll listen to a track, and then we'll just talk about it, or we'll go, oh fuck, that was fucking good, oh that was fucking amazing. You don't really have that with books and films, because you then have to have memory, which none of us have. and think back to what it stirred up in you, the emotion or whatever, whereas music's very much pow, it's in, it's done, and gone.
Jason is very good for that. Talking about the people that introduce you to a lot of music.
Yes.
He has made me, and I've neglected it, I need to listen to it. He made me a massive Spotify black metal playlist. Yes.
Yeah.
And
he knows his black metal.
Yeah. Did you listen to the track I WhatsApped you, Menagalok one? Faustian Echoes.
No, I haven't. Sorry, it got lost under a storm of podcast centric.
No worries. If anyone likes music, listen to Agalok. But
Agalok are beautiful. Even if you don't like metal, I think you should listen to it, because it's very orchestral and
wonderfully desolate.
Yeah.
Without being too sad.
Yeah.
But this their single. 22 minutes long. Yeah.
Wonderfully desolate without being they're basically the musical equivalent of Iceland's. We're going to Agalok in a couple of days.
Holy shit.
Yesterday I was driving me and my missus down the road, and I put on the recent Neobliviscaris release, and she was like, oh, this track's really good. I was like, it's the same track that's been playing for the last 15 minutes.
Yep.
And she went, oh, really? Because it was screaming, and it's the same track. It's takes you places. And then she went, oh, she actually got that kind of music.
Yes.
She actually kind of understood
good
that it was kind of like a journey to take you places, and progressive music. And
I can't remember the first time I listened to people like that. It could very well have been a band like Opeth, where they just decide to go, well, we like to make a song, we might make 5, make it into one. And you're right, you do.
Oh, we've got a theme, why not make an album making a 20-minute long track?
Yeah.
Oh
god, it's fucking lovely. But I can't remember the first band, but there's something awesome about seeing people that have just discovered that kind of
they don't understand it, and then all of a sudden it clicks.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've got very vague memories of listening to that. Being like, why is it so long? Well, this is not the same song. It's completely changed. And
And this is where we get into psytrance. That is what psytrance does. It takes you places.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
For the longest time, I thought exactly the same about house music.
Oh, no, I'm being silly. I fully am being silly. I know it's a good type of music. Loads of people like it.
The thing about psytrance is that if you're paying any attention to it whatsoever, you're not listening to it properly. The trick with psytrance is to not listen to it.
And let it take you wherever it wants to go.
Which is the same place. In like a grey room.
Oh, mate. No.
Dean,
Right.
When we go to Boom next year, you guys will learn the meaning of psytrance.
Okay.
I've once been in a psytrance night, and 1 minute two-stepping my arse off, and the next minute walking around the dance floor like this, like a T-Rex clawed over, going... Because I was fucked. Whoops. Because I was fucked. But it really transformed my entire being to being like, yeah, two-step.
I see. I'm yet to have that.
I'm a goblin across the dance floor.
I fully well believe that I will enjoy Boom to oh my god levels, but I just haven't found that with psytrance yet, which is a shame.
But then
That's fair enough. It's not for everyone because it's hippie bullshit. But
I know people who have not found that, not with a type of music. They've just not found that with music.
oh, definitely.
Like it's rare to find someone who. It's odd to say that like at the end of your CV, you list your things you're into.
Yeah.
And the idea of listing the word music. I'm into music. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything because music's so expansive and everyone likes music to some degree. But then I only every now and then, but I've met some people who don't appear to like music. They just see music as something that happens in the background. It's nice to not have some silence, but apart from that, they're not.
They like a catchy tune every now and again, or something like that.
Yeah.
But then they don't get emotionally involved in it.
It wasn't until maybe 5 years ago now when I had a conversation with one of the managers at the Churchill Theatre, and found out that
Mouthing the name.
Mouthing the name, and sort of speaking to the weirdest thing is, like, by trade, despite being kind of manager, like, he's a sound technician, does not listen to music.
Yeah, but that's because he has no personality.
Fair enough.
But it was interesting, and some people don't, and it took me a long time to get my head around that. But ultimately, it took me realizing that I've got the same approach. Like, I've got the same thing with visual arts.
I've got the same thing with sport.
Yes.
Most sport, I don't get. And
It's only when it involves either lingerie or trampolines you're interested.
indeed.
Oh, mate, Red Bull X Fighters. Big up!
But yeah, no, like.
But yeah, it wasn't until I realised that I've got exactly the same thing with art, and not even just like modern art, where most people kind of like a lot of people will just go, it's just a fucking toilet on sideways on the wall. What the fuck's that all about? You know, why they got. It's, you know, even the great works. I'll look at a Monet and just sort of, it's just like, that's some pretty splodges, and
And I guess you could bring this out of people who say they don't like music, but you're pretty excited about like the artwork for your book.
Yeah, but that's because it's done.
That's a personal thing, I guess.
It's a lot more personal.
But isn't that the point of art? That it's, you know, it's personal to the person who's looking at it. It's a window into the personal view of the artist and that sort of thing.
Yes, yeah, but the reason I've been getting excited about the artwork for Walking Out is not because it's so much a view into it's not so much a window into the artist. It's more because it's kind of depicting something I've only imagined, and it's starting to depict parts of what I've imagined that I've not really spent much time imagining. That's why I'm getting excited about it. You know, for the first time ever, I've seen my character's face. And
That's got to be cool.
It is perfect. It is both.
That is awesome.
It's elfin and intelligence and just wonderful. I will show you. Once we're done here, I will show you.
Fuck that. Let's stop the podcast. Let's go.
So yeah, I don't know. Like music as a topic, I've got just and I say like we've got real emotional connection to. It's more than just stuff that happens in the background, and I feel kind of sorry for people who, whom like music is just stuff in the background.
Thank you. You just said exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
But by the same token, I'm sure there are art appreciators who would hear what I say and just go,
feel sorry for you and just
Yeah, because listening to you describe a visual medium like that and saying that you feel no emotion to it, I can't quite grasp that.
And do you know what? And something else that kind of that added to it is like, well, when we were in Amsterdam, because when in Amsterdam you do as Amsterdam do. And
I didn't for the legal requirement of listening back to this podcast. If there's any future employers, I did not do Amsterdam.
I did.
No, it did you.
Correct.
Like, what Amsterdam do is Amsterdam do, and there were the there were the magic mushroom truffles there to try, and I tried them, and the most interesting thing about that is. Obviously it did very interesting, funny, silly things to my perceptions, visual and internal. But for like a couple of days afterwards, I was looking at kind of artistic, I was looking at architecture or bits of art differently than I had before. And I kind of got a window into what maybe what other people see and feel when they see art. Because, there was one particularly good picture that I looked at and I was like, oh no, I get it now. This is actually beautiful. This means something, and I feel what this means, and that was interesting. And then it went away, and I don't get that now. But it was
just relate it to the same sensation as you have with music. Like, do you ever have it when you listen to music and you get the goosebumps?
Yes, all the time.
Right. That
most of the time.
When it happens when you're just looking at a painting or a sculpture or something, it's the same thing. It's the same response.
And I understand that now.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like you clearly understand that now.
But it took Amsterdam.
It took a shitload of psychotropic drugs to get you there.
Yeah. Is that what I need for Psytrance? Do I just need to go back to Amsterdam?
That is what you need for
hang on. What is that?
I'm more than happy with that.
What is that?
Do you want that left in?
There's that YouTube series about the dude who explores UK music scenes. And he described.
Brilliant.
We'll have to find it at some point and kind of put a shout out on the Facebook page. But there's one episode he does on Psytrance, and he describes it.
Phenomenal.
I get it. I get it now because Psytrance just sounds like drugs. So, yeah,
amazing response to a similar thought. So Henry Rollins, we all know.
Personally?
Of course. Yeah. You know Hen. You know Hen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Hen.
Oh, big H.
Henry. H unit. Yeah. Him.
Hen.
So,
Hen.
Henry Rollins. So Henry Rollins once famously did one of his monologues against rave music. And Schism took him doing a response to rave music and called this track Rave Review. And based it completely on his talk. And it's basically him, Henry Rollins, going, I didn't understand it. And then someone went, here, take these drugs. And he went, oh shit, that's so good. Breathe. Oh, so good. Look it up, Schism Rave Review. That is pretty much it. Right. Next topic, or
I think that was quite an interesting way to take that.
That was cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, actually, one little addition. as people who have played music in orchestras or composed their own pieces,
I played the recorder once. It was lovely.
I played it once too. I once messed about
Kel.
on Björn's cello.
you sang operettas and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Taran, you have composed tracks and played bass in band and everything like that.
Yep.
I've done my own little bit of pa with a tuba.
That's how it goes.
That is indeed, as they say, how it goes.
It's all I could do to stop doing poppers with the trombonist. How does music performance differ from the appreciation of just listening to it?
Well, concentration. I imagine you can't do it well drunk, whereas I've been to loads of gigs.
you can.
Loads of gigs.
You can.
You can.
I've been in a front man in a very shit local band and killed it drunk.
Yeah.
I've had the whale of a
more
time.
so, the simpler it is and the more you've rehearsed it, the easier it gets to smash out drunk. So here's the thing about music performance is when it goes well, it... I don't know, I'll put a rough figure on this, but we'll go with quadruples the size of your genitals.
Right.
You feel
It's
like the dogs.
you are the boss. You're the man, and then you come down from the stage, and people talk to you and tell you how good it is, and like I
Never had that. Weird.
well,
Probably actually when I was playing the tuba, yes. When I was front manning, nope.
Oh really? When you playing the
shit.
When you were playing the tuba, oh, what were you doing? Like playing Pachelbel's Canada.
Dude, all I got to say to you is Google Tubby the Tuba. A whole, almost like Peter and the Wolf kind of opera based around a tuba.
Wicked.
It's wank.
Once again,
it sounds like
sharing
shit.
music.
However,
sharing music, bonding and sharing music.
we ain't listening to Tubby the Tuba, believe me. That was my nickname for far too many years.
Bless you. Oh, I'm well going to start calling you that from now on.
I wish I had admitted that on the podcast. Here we go. At Pot Topic Podcast, you ain't getting my personal account.
So I thought it was at Tubby the Tuba.
Kel, would you care to give us one from Pol Pot?
Yeah, that's fine. No one wanted to hear what I had to say anyway.
Oh well,
Kel,
speak up.
Well, you were all chatting. It's fine. I've picked one now. Never
no,
mind.
go talk.
No.
No, my point was that music performance was actually my undoing because I was so self-critical of myself because I was competing and things like that. That
Yeah.
my love for music performance actually died because of how hard I was on myself, which is quite really interesting, quite heartbreaking for me still because I love music. I still love singing. I just can't perform anymore.
I miss performance.
I really miss performing, but I would never get up and do it again.
So did you self-criticism in kind of
The self-criticism...
plug up your ears to compliments on it?
No, it wasn't even that. It was the
Because-
tiniest little error I would really beat myself up with because everything was sort of highly adjudicated and it was all marked and, you know... And bear in mind, I was still very young at that time. I think I last competed when I was, about 14?
Yeah.
I sung from a very young age and, and it just killed me completely.
But at the same time you were criticising yourself, did you not also have the positive feedback from others who were listening?
I did, but that didn't make a difference because I was disappointed in myself because I knew I'd messed up. Despite what anyone else had heard or anyone else would tell me, I knew I'd done it wrong.
Yeah.
See, it's interesting. You should probably teach kids that, like, one of the most important life skills... I'll put it in, like, maybe number 2 on the list after everyone... After fake it till you make it. Yeah. Number 2 is teach yourself to shut up.
Yeah.
Because, I've had, like, the exact doubts about my writing. To the point now, with walking out, I've gone over it so many times now. I read it and just go, well, this is meaningless. But I've had to focus on other people going, no, do you know what? That's actually pretty cool. Well, I like it. It's like, just pay attention to them. And like, you should, because like, I've never not been impressed by your singing.
See, highlight...
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The frown on your face when you said
That's what happens. That is what happens.
Thank you.
I really don't mean it.
Andy, that's what sincerity looks like on Kel.
See, it's weird listening to you talk about that because obviously singing way in the forefront. I was a tuba player, so I was way back in the ranks sort of thing in a big orchestra. And we used to fuck around because all we're doing is umpar.
Yeah.
We're just playing the backing bass.
Yeah.
So we used to put Hall of the Mountain King in every single song that we ever played. There is a recording I have on CD somewhere of us playing a medley of the Titanic soundtrack where the tubas are all playing dum 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 in the background.
Yeah.
And you can audibly hear it as opposed to visually hear it. You can actually hear it.
I do. I love people fucking around with stuff like that. I had a friend, no, she's not dead. Have a friend, just one. And she she worked on a cruise ship.
Oh, I had friends like that. Go on.
And she was sound tech.
Yeah.
And they used to do a karaoke night, her and another sound tech. So what they do is they squat down behind the sound desk with mics themselves. And for whatever the other people were singing, they'd sing along really, really quietly.
That's brilliant.
So they can hear themselves and no one else can. And they used to do that, just slowly getting more and more drunk, watching all of these people on a fucking cruise ship every night singing, going,
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, it'd be brilliant to do that. Like, if your backing bits were like kind of, you just try to do it emo. Say for instance, someone got up and did Mr. I want to know what love is, and they're up front going, I want to know what love is, and you're just in the background going,
That's Foreigner.
is that? I could have. Doesn't matter. I could
Don't
have.
quiz me on 80s music, bitch.
I could have.
That's Foreigner.
I could have swore that was Mr. But never mind. But yeah, so like they're up there singing, and you're just in the background going, I want to know what love is, and I want you to show me.
More importantly, if you speed up that track, I want to know what love is. I think it's 5 times the normal speed.
Oh,
it sounds.
Mr. was Broken Wings.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
it's Foreigner.
everybody.
It sounds like Dolly Parton perfectly.
really?
It sounds like Dolly Parton. She's being backed by an army of ferrets.
By Armenian ferrets.
An army of ferrets.
Cool.
A backing chorus.
Lovely.
I will do it after the show. No, fuck it. I will put in the bloopers. It sounds like fucking Dolly Parton.
Okay, fair enough. Kel, what have you got for us?
So this is from Captain Sickbeard.
All right, Dom.
Again, how are you doing?
Seriously, that guy put in so many topics this week.
Dude, when did you stop asking the contributors how they're doing?
No, it's just Dom.
Just you stop asking him how he's doing. Don't care anymore, Dom. Away with you, sir. No, not away with you.
Every time Captain Sickbeard comes up, I go, all right, Dom.
How you doing?
Anyway, the question is, whose is senpai?
Well, let's refine that to who is senpai.
That's what it says.
No, it's not.
Good.
Oh no, sorry, he's done one of his famous typos where it's who is senpai.
Fair enough.
He does do a lot of typos. You're right.
Right.
Thank you, Dom.
Who
Thank you for all your
is
contributions.
There's unfortunately there's a chance it might be Charlie Brooker. There's nothing unfortunate about that. Charlie Brooker might be senpai.
He your senpai.
Terry Pratchett was definitely senpai, but however Terry Pratchett has taken the easy way out.
Gone to a better place.
Gone to the better place. Yes, that's a marginally less offensive way of what I just said.
I don't know what senpai is.
So senpai for
Isn't it
for
an
the listeners-
entree?
Oh. All the hors d'oeuvres, senpai. I've eaten that. Prawns.
So
There you go, Dom. Prawns is senpai.
the literal translation is master, right?
No, there's not quite a literal translation. It's a Japanese honorific.
See, I know.
Senpai is a term you use for for someone in like someone either that you admire or someone in an odd position.
Right.
So a teacher could be senpai, a doctor could be senpai.
This explains why I know what senpai is. So I know senpai through YouTube and the internet and 4chan and all that bullshit.
So you know
where
Win.
where it is senpai is the crush, the object of your affection, the one you are trying to impress.
Really? I've never heard it used like that before.
That makes sense, though.
Watch PewDiePie and then tell me that's not the meaning of senpai.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to take anything PewDiePie takes as canon.
I do not like watching
life.
PewDiePie, however, I do respect him. He is probably my senpai.
Oh, don't say that. I've never actually watched any of his shit.
No, he's a very sweet guy, very nice, genuine, honest person. He's a great human being. I don't like his shit.
No, fair enough.
But
yes.
who's the person you admire is basically what this is, isn't it? Who is senpai? I'm going to say me, for all you guys. I'm just going to put that out there.
I do.
You don't need to look at me and grimace like that.
I didn't look at your grimace. That was more sad eyes.
Pity eyes.
To a certain extent, Tom, you like I have some admiration for you because
To some extent.
I know no one else who can handle the ravages of what they've done to themselves the night before the way you do.
I can always drive.
You can always drive.
Policemen out there, I can always drive. I'm
You
well
can
under the
always-
limit.
doesn't matter.
I'm fine.
Doesn't matter what you've done. Doesn't matter how much sleep you haven't had. You can always get to work and run it.
Autopilot, mate. I have an amazing autopilot. His name's Colin. He takes control of my body and just gets me through the 18 hours that I've got to do.
See, I mean, I do have an autopilot. My autopilot's kind of a dick, but he doesn't always. Sometimes there's just not enough. There's just not enough left, and like autopilot won't engage, and at that point.
See, this is where you need the autopilot fuel, which is you get
Responsibility.
A pint. No. You get a pint glass and you press both the Diet Pepsi and the Pepsi buttons. Go back to previous episodes, listeners. You'll understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's
like,
master?
I don't know.
Who's admirable in your eyes? Who do you admire?
I mean, like, fucking hold on for the list.
Well, there's obviously the Kawaii Illuminati.
I do not respect them. I do not agree with them.
I admire them.
I do not.
They are my senpai, whether I like it or not.
Then you're just part of the problem.
Damn Ryoko. Oh, foreshadowing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, like Terry Pratchett is definitely. I mean, he's up there. If I could ever capture a fraction of his satirical ability, I will die a happy man. And it's something I'm going to have to work towards, but I'm going to have to do it in my own way because I don't want. No one wants to just be the second anybody. But by the same token, like you got like Michael Manring and Stu Ham, who are both exemplary bassists, and I have an almost bottomless well of respect for what they do with that maligned, overlooked instrument.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I've already mentioned Charlie Brooker. Just again, like Terry Pratchett, a cutting satirist, someone who has an ability just to look to the heart of a matter, point at it, and say that's fucking stupid, but do it in such a way that's highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Or when it comes to his Black Mirror series, deeply haunting. That's something I really respect. Yeah, I mean, there are Cliff Burton for merging bass, composition, metal, and H.P. Lovecraft. Senpai. And mentioning him, H.P. Lovecraft, or in fact anyone who kind of spearheads or creates their own genre. Moving me on to Charles Stross. Like there are a million people I have untold respect for.
I'll throw that name out there, J.P. Anderson. So
of Rabbit Junk,
of Rabbit Junk and the Names and Shizit and all the other bands that he's been part of. Everything I listen to that's from him has been informative, interesting, and progressed my own taste in music. And it's just, I want to fuck him too, because he's so pretty. But he's also this brilliant mind, and I really want to meet him and just one day just shake his hand and say thank you.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of person that you respect and admire and love everything that he's put out or she's put out, and just say thank you to them. I want that moment.
Given enough time, I could run down a list that would probably take up a podcast in and of itself.
So me and
FKA Twigs. Oh my God. She is doing everything I want to do in life. Perhaps not in exactly the same way I want to do it.
You won't look so good in that bondage gear, mate.
So not in exactly the same way that I want to do it. She does it through music. She does it through a particular form of music. But like, she is doing what comes naturally, what seems to come naturally to her, what she adores, and she's taking her friends with her on the journey, and is just kind of being her own force. Just what an individual. What an absolutely incredible individual.
Yep.
Brian Blessed.
Oh, Benno! For fuck's sake! Yeah, I was with you the other day. We were sort of scrolling across Facebook, scrolling through Facebook, and this story came up of just like, Brian Blessed. I helped a woman giving birth under a tree deliver her baby. I bit through the umbilical cord and then licks the blood off its face.
Just the things that man has done. Just incredible.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, I mean, rightfully so, people talk about Stephen Fry as being a national treasure. And even more rightfully so,
Definitely.
Stephen Fry talks about Brian Blessed being the actual English national treasure.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Are they
He'll
still
be
sending
the
him
man.
to space?
I really hope so.
There was talk at some point of him going up to the ISS.
I would pay.
Oh my God!
yeah.
How
I
are they
would
paying?
pay.
I don't think that rocket that they're sending him up has fuel. Well, they'll face his seat towards the floor and he'll shout. Up I told you! And before you know it, Mars.
Hawkman, dispatch!
You're suggesting that you can put him in a vessel, point him at the floor, and he'll tell stories at about 320 decibels until he reaches the ISS.
Yes.
Wicked. Yeah, absolutely.
I
fair
would
enough.
fund that Kickstarter to put
Yes,
Brian Blessed into
yes.
space.
I
would pay
think it would
so
be paid
much
for.
money.
If they
Yes.
started a Kickstarter, it would be paid for.
Should we start the Kickstarter?
I think Stephen Fry would put
Right.
in most of the money.
Right, let's talk to Stephen Fry.
All right, Stephen.
Does anyone have connections to someone who's more like
Oh, right,
important than
awesome.
us, and we can start a Kickstarter to put Brian Blessed in space before he
I
dies?
don't think that's the point with Kickstarter, is it? You just start it, and then if it takes off, it takes off. I think
it
if it took
helps
off,
to have a name behind you.
I
though.
did once have Stephen Fry's number.
That's good.
Blessed does panto.
He does do panto.
We must know people
He does.
who know Blessed.
He does panto for
Ambassador.
First
Nation.
Family. Yeah. The Ambassadors Group.
Yeah. We must know people who know Brian Blessed. Ergo, we must know someone with his number.
We need to get that motherfucker in space.
Do
Like,
we need
he's-
Brian Blessed's number to get him in space? Just
No.
not this Kickstarter?
We could
I'm
just
not
start
sure.
it, but we could start it and... No, I don't even care anymore.
Your commitment never ceases to amaze me, Cal. You were so excited.
It was. But we
9
we
seconds
can
ago, and
contact
then
him.
8 seconds ago,
we-
you dumbered it.
No, all right, we can contact him. We can get his consent. That's what we need. We need him to
We
say
want
yes.
to put you
we
in
want
space,
yes.
Brian. May I call you Brian? Brian Baby. Can we put you in
BB.
space?
Sorry,
If we want to get in contact with Brian Blessed, don't we just shout loud enough? And he can...
He wouldn't hear us over himself.
Andy, can I borrow you? Can we have a bit of teamwork?
Right?
There is a glass behind that Mickey Mouse mug.
Yes.
Can you
There is
pick it
a
up,
Mickey Mouse
please?
Right.
That appears to be very similar to your drink. Can you put that in your drink, and then give that glass to Kel?
Right.
Why?
Just put it. Take. Kel, can I have a gin and tonic, please?
You crafty bitch. Just say no.
No. I'm going to make him a drink,
Oh no!
and he's going to fucking drink it because it's my gin and my tonic.
Taran, who's your senpai?
Sorry.
Who's your senpai, Taran?
Kel.
That is a hefty shot.
Don't say her name 3 times in a row. What happened?
Do you know what? It's lucky I figured that bit out before it got halfway gin.
It's at least the third gin.
Oh, I was expecting it to just be a dash of tonic. I'm almost disappointed.
Oh, no, I'm being nice.
Since fucking when? Is it over? Over the mixing desk, which he almost spilled it on.
He says with a mouthful of gin. Translated,
You just spilled that on your hand, didn't you?
translated, you passed it over the gin, so fuck you.
Gin over the gin.
Sorry, you passed it over the mix.
Put your left gen in.
I'm taking that back.
You're not taking that back. However, this brings me to an interesting point. This was something I'm going to bring up on my my intro.
Is that you spill everything?
No, I was going to. So the intro being like my addendum at the beginning.
Like,
I was going to add a fourth thing being "Shut up, Taz, you drunk prick." But I got a feeling.
Add it.
Add it.
No,
No,
I am in full support.
I got the feeling that I'd probably get tired of saying it, so I left that one out. We can leave that as implied.
yeah, it's given.
Implied wanker.
Andy, senpai,
I said Brian Blessed.
have you got any others?
That's the perfect senpai. I'm
That is
sorry, no,
senpai.
that's fine.
Right, fair enough.
Diola.
D.
There's always to be Pride Maya for silly reasons.
Well, what are some of them?
Well, I've forgotten. I just thought of a really good one, and I got really excited about gin.
Gin is your senpai.
Oh,
No, Jin's my senpai.
fair
Fuck
enough.
off.
Rum's your senpai.
maybe.
Tiki.
Tiki is your senpai.
Tiki is your senpai.
Tiki could very well be my senpai, or am I? It's no. I'm not. I'm
No,
not,
it
not worthy of
commands
being
you.
He doesn't believe
It
in you.
commands.
No, I'm a minion. Minion of Tiki.
Right, we have 5 minutes left. Let's make this topic a quick one.
Speed topic. So this is clearly going to be.
Speed topic.
This is clearly going to be the.
There's no such thing as a speed topic.
Yes, there is. We've done past topics.
We have.
Yes, but never when.
We would need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So this is one from the host pot.
Topic is your parents.
Who's that from? Do we know?
No name. Just.
For fuck's sake, host, will you start writing your fucking names down?
I always do.
So do I.
Taran.
I don't.
Taran.
So that is probably mine.
Fair play.
big.
It's a good topic. I'm not sure it's a quick one, but that's fine.
No,
Let's just do
it never
Let's
is at
just
this
do it.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I've got the perfect thing to I've got the perfect thing to start this off. So today, having my new Taran Wilmore author Facebook page. My first new post was talking about the fact that I need to do an acknowledgement. But it suddenly occurred to me that I've got a complete manuscript, but I've paid no attention to the fact that I have influencers and people who have helped me. So I decided to do an acknowledgement. One of them, I I'll try and remember it off the top of my head. It goes. It was the third acknowledgement, and it goes something along the lines of, "This next one's quite common, to the point that it's almost perfunctory. But believe me when I tell you that there's nothing common or perfunctory about my mother."
Pretty good line.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, pretty good line.
My parents are
Tree hugger and a dragon lover.
Tree hugger and a dragon lover, indeed. Yeah,
Is that going to be your next album?
They're fantastic people. They didn't have a huge role in building me as I am now.
I think they did.
Well, this is the thing with parents, and like looking back on it, kind of they set you up to go in certain directions, but where you go from there is kind of reliant on your peers. I'm largely a product of my friends, which is
Fucked.
you guys. So, by the way, anytime I fuck up, your fault.
Keep telling yourself that to make yourself feel better, mate.
I say fuck up. I'm a drunk dickhead.
Drinking his Beck's Blue.
Yeah, next to my 50% gin and tonic.
Oh, let's have a bag on that.
Yeah, go for it.
I have to say, my parents are fucking awesome.
They are. They're fucking wonderful.
My parents will turn up to house parties.
And
We have to be
occasionally throw up.
sensible. And, oh, God. Shall we tell that story?
Not my story to tell.
Mum, I am so sorry I'm going to tell this story, but you've got much worse to tell about me, so fuck it. Right.
And everyone around the table.
So, there was a house party. Oh, that's very nice gin and tonic. That is lovely. That is lovely.
Gin and tonic has gin and tonic.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
So we were having a house party round Beth and Hal's old flat, which was a basement flat in Camden. My parents turned up, and before I even got there, my parents were sloshed. Well, no, actually, my mother was sloshed. My mother was in full lush mode, drinking everything under the sun, as a respectable woman does. 10 minutes after my arrival, she's in my dad's car, hanging out the door, throwing up into the gutter. Little did we know that she was doing that for about 2 hours. My dad's battery in his car went flat, and we couldn't get the parents to get home.
Oh, yeah.
My dad just wanted to drive home and take mum back and, like, put her in bed, and that'll be it, but couldn't because the car was flat and we were all too fucked to deal with it. We tried jump starting it, we tried pushing it, but it's an automatic car that doesn't work.
That's
We
a shame.
even got Ed the big Viking,
Big Ed,
to get his van and try and jump start it with that. Didn't work. My dad had to crash out in Bridie's bedroom, I believe it was at the time, Hal's sister, on the floor, and my mum was passed out in the car. Wow, that was a fun house party to be at.
It was. It was the way that very, very, very drunk friends of ours would partly understand the situation after it's been going on for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
And your dad's sitting there, generally looking extremely tired,
Yeah.
but mostly just letting everything just go on because everyone's obscenely drunk and... You know, he's not going to have a satisfying conversation, mostly because he's having a shit time because he
just wants to go home and make it end.
He wanted to be home hours ago, and that's regardless of how your mum was feeling right then. But I love the fact that every so often one of our friends would be drunk enough to think that the best thing to do would be to go up and have a chat.
I was definitely one of those.
Slowly but surely, I saw a stream of our drunk friends go up and have generally a very short conversation. Basically, if it was a short conversation, your dad was pleased. If it was a longer conversation, he looked even more tired than he already looked.
Oh, bless him.
Like, my parents are fucking awesome. They are the most supportive, generous people on the planet. And they love every single person around this table like sons and daughters. They really fucking do. And
we love them right back.
yeah, I know you do.
Really
I know you
do.
do. And it's fucking amazing that I've come from those two weirdos.
I accidentally showed your mum my boob once.
You've showed your boobs to everyone.
Fair.
I think it was showing off your tattoo, wasn't it?
To be fair, Kel, if I had actual proper boobs, I'd probably show them to Tom's parents as well.
So I've showed my boobs to my parents. Yeah, it's fine.
My parents.
Your parents are lovely. I love your mum and dad.
I've had a conversation with your mum, Taran. I don't believe I've had a
I
conversation with
have
your
got
dad.
so fucked up with his mum. So good.
When was that?
I think it was Christmas Eve.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got messy with your mum.
No, hang on, no, it wouldn't have been Christmas Eve.
It would have been Christmas Day or
Yeah,
Boxing
maybe it was
Day.
a Boxing Day or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Mum wouldn't have been here for Christmas Eve night. But,
No, it was awful.
But yeah, your dad. Whenever I've crossed paths with your dad, it's always been completely one word up, like conversation.
Yeah, Dad's gotten to the point now where it's like if you want to engage with him properly, it's going to take some effort on your behalf. Like Mum and Dad have gone in completely. Like they both come from very similar places, but they've both gone in like very different directions. Like they both came from. Like they weren't children. Like, they were children like born in the 50s. They weren't really there for the 60s. The 70s were more their thing, but they were doing the post hippie thing in the 70s,
Yeah.
which, as far as I can understand, as it was city hippies. They were called freaks. This is what they both told me. They sort of come from that sort of background. They split up when I was 12-ish, I think, which for me seemed like the most sensible thing in the world because they were both intense. Like when I got to meet both of them, like when they were alone with me, it was lovely and we hung out and it was good times. And when they were together, it was not so much. So it seemed like the most logical thing in the world that they shouldn't be together anymore, and things just kind of got easier once they split. But from there, they took very, very different directions. Mum became slightly more conservative in her hippie. I mean, she's still got the hippie thing. Like she's now a self-employed reflexologist down in reflexologist and Reiki masseur.
So just a little bit hippie.
Yeah, down in Hastings. And to really demonstrate the point, that I've had a couple of fucking astonishing conversations with her. It's the conversations on my behalf was a little bit taking the piss, but it was done from a place of love. There was one time I went down and she was just telling me, "Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, like this isn't verbatim, but this is kind of the gist of the conversation. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm really into angels at the moment." I was like, oh, okay, so, like, well, what angels? And so we went through some angels, like, names of angels. So, well, you do realise the names for these angels first appeared, like, some of them are biblical, like, one or two. They are, named in the Bible. Maybe one or two. Most of them were named for the first time in the works of Milton in Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
And some of the further ones were named by Dante in
Divine Comedy.
Yeah, exactly. So you do realise this is where those angels have come from, and she's just all kind of gone, and it's all gone on with. It's like, yeah, fair enough. And my favourite one recently, the most recent one, I went down, and she told me that she had a boggart.
Right.
A boggart.
Boggity smack.
A boggart is basically it is kind of So, do you know? I take it you guys have experienced Harry Potter.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You know Dobby.
Yes.
Dobby the house elf.
That's a boggart, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that's kind of what a boggart is. It's kind of this... But, like, a boggart isn't, like, a useful slave. Wow, that felt really bad after I said it. But...
It should.
But a boggart's kind of more a mischievous fey being that hides things and puts things up. As I went down this one time and so I was like, yeah, do you know what? I'm pretty sure I've got a boggart. I lose things every now and then, and they turn up in just the most unexpected places. I would never have put them there. And I've got a boggart. So I attack it in the way that I can't help but do when people kind of give me that sort of superstitious stuff. It's like, well, I mean, is it not in fact more likely that you just kind of left it there when you weren't really paying attention to what you're doing, and then you kind of go, possibly, but no, I'm pretty sure I've got a boggart. Which I love her for it. I really do. Like from our end of the spectrum, it seems a little crazy, but it makes a lot. It makes a lot of sense when you look at it from her world, and it's wonderful. My dad, and like, you know, because she's still kind of, you know, she's still like her business is basically massage. It's either feet or it's Reiki, the kind of whatever that is. And there are so many definitions. I've looked into it. It's not even worth going into. But she still remains social, and she is still an absolute treat to spend time around.
Oh God, yeah.
My dad's a little more difficult. Like, he's still absolutely incredible, and I owe a lot to. Like, the facts that I've seen reading as a pursuit that not only something I should do, but something that I want to do. That largely comes from Dad. There's a lot that comes from my father, and he's very funny. He's very acerbic, but he's kind of gotten to a point, like, on that split, he went the other way. He went less social, and it takes a lot more effort to deal with him if you're not his kid or not already familiar with him. But he's still absolutely fantastic. He just sort of talk to him about politics, talk to him about music, talk to him about it, and you know, you still see those kind of like chops of just kind of hard, satirical, acerbic wit. Just cut through everything. He's so worth talking to. It's just gone to a point now where he makes it difficult for it to happen. As much as I don't spend a lot of time with my family, or a lot of time, at times even thinking about my family, like, I really do appreciate my parents hugely. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you there. I don't spend an awful lot of time with my parents. It's a little bit. It's a little bit all or nothing for me. Either I'm well there or I'm not. With my parents, my family. I think what's interesting about my parents is that you take any situation, absolutely anything, and intrinsically, my dad will have one opinion, and my mum will have completely the opposite. Like, guaranteed.
To be fair, that's what I fucking love about your parents.
Yeah, absolutely guaranteed, down to the ground. I think the best. I think the best sort of like simple example that I can think of is the telephone.
Do tell. A phone.
Yeah. So the telephone. My dad loves telephone communication. The reason being is that with telephone communication, you don't have all of the other stuff. Like 90% of communication isn't verbal. It's everything else. It's the tone of your voice. It's your body posture. It's the way you say it and all the rest of it. With telephone communication, you've just got the words that you say and you've got the way that you say it. And therefore, with telephone communication, you can get your point across a lot more carefully, I suppose. But you haven't got all of that other stuff to worry about. Whereas my mum hates talking on the telephone. Can't stand it. Trying to get my mum to have a chat.
I hear that so hard.
Trying to get my mum to have a chat on the phone is hard. I'm impressed if I talk to my mum for more than 30 seconds on the phone.
Are you having a bubble? Trying to get my mother off of the phone is a difficulty.
I can imagine that with your mum.
Yeah. It's just interesting how that everyone's going to like look at things differently, but it just comes down to the fact that anything, it doesn't matter what it is, my dad will always have such a stark different view on it than my mum, yet they're always they're still together. They have a lovely life together and everything else. And for two short, fat people, they're extremely active. I can't believe how active my parents are.
They do more than I could ever imagine doing in a week. Like, they are ridiculous.
Yeah, my dad does work, and he commutes to like Copenhagen and Germany and
He's
America,
a jet setter,
and he's all over the world. Whereas my mum, she
shoots things for fun.
Yeah, my mum goes, shooting a couple of times and like 3 times a month, and runs a cub pack, and she has her own craft club, and she has all these other interests and everything else.
She's the reason why we got so heavily into board gaming.
Massively.
Oh, I don't think she's the reason.
The catalyst.
But she definitely a catalyst, like massive enabler.
Yeah, which I think I think that's the one thing that I love about my parents. One of the biggest things I love. About
It's interesting. There's difference that's been kind of brought up between like your parents and Kel's parents when it comes to phone, like to the phone. Your dad, you can't stop him talking on the phone. Your mum.
won't
talk on the phone. Kel's mum won't stop talking on the phone.
I love having a chat with Kel's mum.
My mum has hit the perfect ground to a point that actually paralyzes me. At a point, like she's like when I moved out, it was a thing where like we'd be talking on the phone and I'd be kind of trying to get to the end of the conversation and it would take a long time. And then over time, she seems to have adjusted the fact that I don't really like talking on the phone, to the point now that when we're having a conversation on the phone, I will just be getting started, prepared to talk to my mum, and my mum goes, "Yeah, all right, bye." I said, "Oh, all right, fine."
So my dad can never remember Diola's name.
It's so, to be fair, it took my dad a while.
And
my dad called him Tim.
My dad has taken to calling Diola
Dildo, yeah.
on a regular basis.
Yeah. I fucking love your dad.
I mean,
your dad is like the anti-bullshit
My
man.
dad has been known to spank my friends' bums. I'm talking about my 14, 15, 16-year-old friends' bums
he's
because
such
he
a
liked
ledge.
them.
He's an absolute ledge.
And unfortunately, you get the right friends in the room and they'll bend over for him.
Yeah.
do you know what? It got a lot easier to talk to your dad after we stopped going out.
Imagine why.
Oh yeah, my parents didn't like you until we stopped going out. Interesting.
Wait. So the skies danced with light when you broke up, and your parents started
Oh,
liking
sweetie, it was a
it.
good, it was a good thing.
I-
It was
no,
a really good thing.
No. Yeah, no, absolutely, it was a good
Oh,
thing.
God, yeah, I'm not
But
denying
it wasn't,
that.
It wasn't. It's not as simple as that. Yes, they may not outwardly.
Oh,
they
mum
may-
loves everyone, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're
but she clearly loved me so much that the second I walked into the kitchen for breakfast, she threw
felt the
her
need to
towel
drop
down.
the towel. Yes.
Well, Miss Robertson. And you motherfucker.
And my mummy.
Your fucking mummy.
Angela.
Mummy.
The mum I have got drunk with the most is Diola's mum.
Good grief, that woman.
She's a force of fucking nature.
She hasn't drunk in a while. One thing.
We need to change that. Let's all go
Absolutely.
over.
I
Why
would
not?
drink heavily with that woman.
I remember a night. Well, one thing. Your parents, my mum, fucking fantastic.
Fuck yeah.
Pretty much in my family, all shit. Blah blah blah. Oh, sad story.
Quick-witted, strong
Blah, blah,
woman.
blah, blah.
An absolute dickhead if she doesn't like you.
Oh, I've just remembered a night.
Oh, that's a shame because I'm not entirely sure Angela likes me that much.
What?
It's all right because
Why?
you're not the only one.
Oh, how?
She's absolutely fine with you.
Fine, yeah. That'll do. Your mum helped me out recently with CVs.
Oh, of course she did. Yeah.
Her formatting and presentation, spot on. I've kept that perfect. Exactly the way
she is insane.
presented it.
She has a weird skill. Obviously, where she's worked as like executive PA, executive assistant, secretarial manager, blah 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 blah, blah all city stuff. For so many years, she's got an inhuman capability to type, to the point where she can be typing at breakneck speed whilst not looking at the screen and having a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Wow.
At which point I told us to stop and go away. Which?
Absolutely. I mean, that's just not on.
It's ridiculous. Because she'll be going... So what are you doing? Are you going to do that? Or stop it.
Sorry, let's do that again. I'll do the sound effects, you do the speech.
Right.
And...
So, how are you doing? What did you want for dinner? All right, okay. Did you know Sandra's coming over later, or what? Fucking ridiculous. Also, that time we got drunk with her because we couldn't get into the pub or whatever.
Oh my god.
Fucking embarrassing, but holy
That-
shit, funny.
That was the invention of IODIOBOJO in one.
D-I-O-B-O-Joe. So, we went to go for a drink. Way back when. Fucking way back when.
Oh, it was a while ago, mate.
Yeah.
It was over like 6 years, 7 years.
Nope, more.
bit
I
more
wasn't
than
at
that.
uni.
Oh, fuck, yeah,
more
alright.
than that.
Okay, go
2005.
on. Go on, go
fucking
on.
decade. Anyway. Shit, a decade ago. Anyway. We couldn't get into a pub. I don't think I had my ID. ID? You didn't have your ID.
No,
So we got pizza and went back to my mum's.
that's right.
We
Yeah,
sat in the
that's
garden.
right.
We sat in the garden. My mum was like, "Oh, do you mind if I sit out?" I was like, "Fucking of course."
Yeah, have a drink. Go
Yeah.
on.
So she decided to get very drunk. Brilliant.
We were in pieces.
That
That
was
night.
fucking ridiculous. And to the point where she decided to regale the story of when I think it was her and my nan or her sister or another fucking family member went to a furniture store, a sofa store, whatever. And you know those chairs that vibrate?
Oh, fuck, yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
this story.
Yeah, they well liked it.
Yeah, they did.
Thanks, Mum.
Sorry. The best thing that came out that night was, it was you, me, and Emma James, wasn't it?
Fucking yes. Yes, it was.
We were watching you take a drink, Diola, and it got towards the end of the glass, and me and Emma just started going DIO, DIO, which means down in one. And Angie, bless her, she got really confused because she thought we were trying to say his name. So she went, "Oh, I thought you were saying DIO Biojo," which is his surname, Iobiojo. From then on, for the next decade, we have still gone DIO Biojo.
My mum is fucking wonderful.
Oh, she's a
I
fucking
remember we went
ledge.
to
So generous and
telling
loving.
this story. She's got a fucking amazing heart. It was where I learned most of my niceness from.
Oh,
Where the fuck did we go? We went to one of her friends' house. There's Ghanaian family, so of course it's all sharing all the time. And apparently West Africans can drink. Holy shit, can they drink?
oh fuck yeah! I imagine.
So me and one dude just like, oh, you can drink? Yeah, I can drink. Can you really? Can you really? So we're now polishing off bottles and bottles and bottles of vodka. And obviously for me, doesn't matter. Kind of used to it. Mum? No. So bearing in mind, we were supposed to go round for dinner and leave that evening.
Right.
What happened is my mum got fucking apocalyptically shit-faced.
What a phrase! Go on.
Couldn't leave because she's now so drunk she's having a cry. And my mum's got a beautiful thing that when she gets really, really drunk, and you know you get a spinny head.
Yeah.
In her head, when she's closing her eyes, she's on a roller coaster. So she's sliding there going, oh, I want to get off. Well, I can't get off. I want to get off.
Oh, that's horrible. On a roller coaster that will never end.
As a side note to that, this happened before when we were in Turkey and she drank shitloads of cheap vodka to the point where I'm crying with laughter in the hotel while she's trying to go to sleep doing the same thing. And she's gone, oh, well, how can we meet Fola? Where's Fola going to be? My little brother, because he was really young at the time. So I had to convince her that the roller coaster started and finished at the same place so he wouldn't get lost. Oh, I thought it was funny, not
No, it's funny, but it's like, oh, it's so tough. Right,
But
we
yeah.
need to wrap this shit up.
I'm nearly finished.
Oh, go on.
So this night, back at her friend's house, I've had to put her to bed. And after kind of sitting down for a minute, like, oh, fuck's sake, I don't even know these people very well and I've got to fucking sleep on the sofa. And it's my mum's fault this time. So I find her, after hearing some noise upstairs, I go upstairs and she's just in her knickers. I'm like, Mum, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm going to be sick. So I'm now again starting to cry with laughter, and I've had to teach my mum how to make yourself be sick.
Oh, God. Sticking fingers down the throat and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, we need to wrap this shit up.
Okay, allow me to close off with a quick one. So, like I said, my parents were kind of sissy hippies in the 70s. They did their fair amount of drug abuses, and there's one particular story that stayed with me since I've heard it, which is like I was talking to my mum about like what she got up to in like back in the day, way back in the day,
right?
And she's like, oh, well, there's a point when we lived further up north. And on this particular day, this was an acid day. So we all, like, everyone around, so this is my mum, my dad, and a group of their friends. So we all did a bunch of acid, and, you know, we all started having a lovely time. And then a knock came at the door. And the way Mum tells the story is like, well, there was a knock at the door, and so they all, stopped and said, well, alright. Someone goes and answers it, and they open the door, and there's some witnesses there. Jehovah's Witnesses at the door, and of course they're all sliding their nuts off at this point. So they invite them in, and so
God,
Yeah.
so oh, excuse me, have you heard the words? Oh. Well, yes, we have, but please come in. The way Mum tells this story is, she quite simply said, well, as far as I remember, what happened is we sat them down and we told them about the interconnectivity and the holistic nature of the universe and just like how the universe seems to make sense when you
oh God,
when you look at it from a position of just kind of everything is all part of the same machine. and like we explained our position on the universe, and well, I mean, they ended up running away. So I put this to my dad. I said, "Oh, Dad, so Mum told me the story recently." So I told him all things. Jehovah's Witnesses, they come in, and it's simple. Like we're walking through a field near here at the time, and sort of telling this story, and we're just all kind of walking past the river. And I tell him, so, like, yeah, Mum said this about the Jehovah's Witnesses, and this happened, and he sort of, once I'm finished with the story, he kind of, he stops for a second, and we carry on walking, and then he looks at me, and he just says, well, I mean, you know what they say, like, if you remember the 70s, you weren't really there. Fucking yes, Dad.
Brilliant. Right, I think we should end it there. So, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. Shall we have some music?
So I had to go to the phone to double check the name of this one.
Right.
Have you guys ever heard of 4 minutes 33?
Nope.
This is played with a full symphony orchestra. 4 minutes 33. It's 3 movements that exist within the time and space of 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Okay.
It's 3 movements, and it's an entire symphony orchestra. And
We're going to reproduce that.
yeah, we are.
Right.
Because when it starts, like the conductor counts everyone in. And then nobody plays, and it's all silence.
Oh, is this the audience?
This is the silence thing.
Got you.
And it's important that there are 3 movements. So between movements, I'm going to allow Tom to be conductor on this. There are going to be 3 movements.
Fuck, I've got to do something.
Yes, you do. There are going to be 3 movements to this. For the music, we will be completely silent while Tom does his thing.
Okay.
Between movements, there will be a pause, and the pause is important because every time this piece is played, when the pause is struck, that's when all of a sudden the entire audience starts coughing and sneezing and fidgeting and just.
Okay.
So, Tom, what we're going to do on this episode, is the Pot Topic podcast rendition of 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Okay.
So, Kel, Andy, D, myself, if you'd like to get yourself ready, and Tom, when you're ready to start, clap us in, and then when you're between a movement, clap us out.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so everyone ready? Away we.
Are you ready,
everyone happy?
Jonah?
I think so.
Okay.
I am less confident than you, but I'll go with it.
Share and tell a friend about this lovely podcast in which nothing happens. The website is pottopicpodcast.com, and our newsletter, sign up to it while you're there.
Hang on, I just need one quick bang. Quick bang on my hand.
Don't you think it's quite interesting? I mean, I really. Sorry, starting again.
Our Twitter is at Pot Topic Podcast. So is our Instagram, and you can hashtag Pot Topic Podcast and appear on our community wall whenever you like.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it makes an interesting point, and
Yeah, quite.
there's a very.
Emails at pottopicpodcast.com. Send us some feedback and let us know that this is absolute bullshit. Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher, 5 stars only, because fuck yes. Like the video on YouTube, subscribe, share, like, subscribe, and shoot.
And fuckers, don't forget about at the Taz that am
Oh, fuck off, mate.
and
Oh, fuck off, mate.
Facebook.com/Terrormore Books.
Fuck you. At
Check
Head
it
Grebo.
out.
At Head Grebo, I'm not as interesting. Yeah.
I mean, like, that last bit nearly made me cry.
I think it was awful.
I genuinely think that's one of the best outros we've ever done. Ever.
Oh, and
Don't-
Tumblr.
don't-
See you later, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Good night.
Right, bitch, get me a cab.
Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod from Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on pottopicpodcast.com for more information.
Into the mic.
You recording?
Yeah.
Banana juice. New theme tune.
Banana juice.
I just want to listen to that.